and welcome to the latest video in our video diary blog journey through DDP Yoga and life itself. I'm Henry Higgins, and this week has been a good week but been a tough week. DDP Yoga continuing with the bespoke mixtape sessions that we put in place. They have been brutal with regards to all of it combined with the bespoke workout and the red hot core, but I am starting to feel the benefits of them more and more. So we're going to keep that going for another couple of weeks. As I said on the last video, hopefully we'll review it at the end of June, see if we can mix some new exercises in. But I'm finding this, I think after being doing it consistently for a year, no matter what you're doing, I think if you're doing the same thing, the same routine, it starts to become a chore. And I felt that with the exercises that I was doing, as good as they were and as motivating as DDP is in the videos, it becomes the same thing and then you lack motivation. So this has really perked me up by mixing it up in a unique way. And again, we'll talk about it at the end of the month when we're looking at maybe changing what the bespoke mixtape exercises are. But for now, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm getting somewhere where before I felt like I'd kind of plateaued for quite a bit. Part of that's on me. I think at times there was not 100% effort being put in due to feeling demotivated. I mentioned last week as well changes to the diet. They have begun and I'm starting to feel the benefits, I believe, for that's a short-term gain. We're hoping to keep this going long-term, but again, I can't weigh myself, as I say, as the hardware store hasn't opened yet. I thought it was this weekend, but the lockdown on non-essential shops is actually off from tomorrow, which is Monday, the 15th of June. So until that happens, we're kind of still stuck. So hopefully by the next video, I will have been able to get some batteries and we can have a look and see how we're doing there. But for now, the exercises continue. I'm motivated, I'm keen, things are looking up. Let's see how they continue through the month of June. In personal life, work, things are like almost kind of getting back to normal. I've been working in the office again this week. It's a vastly reduced workforce, social distancing in place, but I have been in the office. That was the second week I've been in the office in a row now. It looks like that may be until the end of the month as well, and then it'll be reviewed again. So we're going, but that's kind of got me into a routine again, which I was missing even when I was working from home. It's still not the same as the routine, and the routine normally was when I was working from the office. I would come home from the office, and as soon as I got in from work, it was before I'd sat down, before I did anything else, before I watched any videos, before I did any online stuff, it was get changed out of the working clothes and do the DDP yoga exercises or whatever the exercise may be. That way I was getting it done before I had a chance to rest. When I was working from home, I didn't have that because I was finishing work, but I was in the same place. And there was no gap between finishing work and I was resting already. I was sitting in the seat I would normally be sitting in. So it was a psychological thing. So I think getting back to the office has helped there. Again, that's on me. There's things I could have done, but it was psychological, and I feel the schedule I've had for the last 2 weeks has also helped there as well. Working from the office has been fun, actually being around people, again maintaining the social distance aspect of it, but actually being around other people. And it's been a tough couple of months. for the company. I think it's been a tough couple of months for every business in the UK, around the world with the whole lockdown thing. And it definitely feels like we're coming out of the other end of that now. So work-wise, things are looking up. It's a big day tomorrow, but I can't say why yet. That will have to wait. But tomorrow is the start of a new working week, and things continue to look up. Josh was here this weekend, and we finally got around to watching A Good Day to Die Hard, Die Hard 5, which, weirdly, considering that this is the 5th Die Hard movie, it was the first one to have a script specifically written to be a Die Hard movie, and unfortunately it is the weakest of the bunch. Josh enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more the second time around than I did the first time around. It's a short movie, it's just over 90 minutes long, so it kind of breezed through. So that's another franchise in the books. We are going to be moving on to Robocop. I think I've mentioned this before, but we're going to take a break from some franchises to watch some standalone movies. So Phone Booth is definitely on the cards, and I had a brainwave on Friday whereby we'll do Edge of Tomorrow, a Tom Cruise movie. Almost, it's like sci-fi Groundhog Day. In other territories in the US, I believe as well, it was called Live, Die, Repeat. In the UK, it was Edge of Tomorrow. It's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go and see it. So I believe Josh and I are going to watch those two movies before we go into the Robocop franchise. Then it'll open itself up again from there. As for myself, I did mention that work is picking up, but away from work, I smashed my phone. I dropped it on the bus home. Thought I was putting it in my hoodie front pocket. I wasn't putting it in my hoodie front pocket. Slammed to the floor, not from a great height, from the height of just above a standard bus seat height, but it landed flat on the screen and just cracked it to pieces. The phone still works. I've been to the phone repair shop, which for some reason is open, even though I wouldn't class it as an essential shop, but who am I? But I went there on Saturday, got it priced up. It's being fixed on Wednesday, so I will take it Wednesday morning, pick it up on Thursday morning, everything should be fine. But yeah, it's massively cracked, as you can see in the image here. Good news is that I've been playing Call of Duty WWII, which I got free thanks to being a PlayStation Plus subscriber. And after the disappointment of Just Cause 4, this is pretty damn good. I'm really enjoying it. I've also got Days Gone there, and we had the PlayStation 5 presentation from Sony on Thursday, and wow, opens with to me, a very disappointing announcement with Grand Theft Auto 5 being announced for the system, which is interesting when you think about it, simply because is this the first game not to appear on 3 separate generations of consoles, but to be released not as a remaster, just as a release on 3 generations of console? Because it came out at the tail end of the PlayStation 3. It's had its biggest lease of life on the PlayStation 4, and now it's going to be a launch game for the PlayStation 5. So that was a disappointing announcement simply because it's not a new game. However, the presentation was smart in putting that at the beginning of the show. So that was the disappointment out of the way. Then there was a raft of other fantastic announcements. Games left and right. Demon's Souls getting a reboot, a remake. I never played the original, so that I'm quite interested in. Horizon 2, very big announcement, very excited for that. Ghostwire Tokyo looks fantastic. There's so many great games. Project Athia was announced as well. Not much is known about that, but it looks fantastic. Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I believe is going to be along the lines of, which a lot of people believe as well, it's going to be along the lines of Uncharted The Lost Legacy, where it's not a full, it's a full on its own game, but it's smaller in scale to its parent game, which in this case was Marvel Spider-Man, and Lost Legacies was Uncharted 4. So it's using the same engine. Miles obviously has different powers, so there'll be different things to do there. And I believe it's going to be a stopgap between Spider-Man and actual Spider-Man 2. But there were so many things announced. If you haven't seen the presentation, go and check it out. Very impressed, including the look of the console, which I'm surprised has been quite divisive online. I think it looks fantastic. Greg Miller from Kinda Funny said it looks like Wayne Tower. My first impression was Oscorp Tower, so we were on the same kind of wavelength there. But the machine, to me, the machine looks fantastic. It's black and white colour scheme like the controller that was announced a couple of months ago. It still looks like it's coming out. It will be available for Christmas 2020. Spider-Man Miles Morales and 2 of the other games, I believe, said that they were coming out in holiday 2020 as well. I will not be getting the PlayStation 5 on its first batch of launch. I've never purchased a piece of hardware on the first batch because the first batch goes out, gets play tested to death. That's when the bugs and the kinks are found. So when the second batch of consoles hit stores, those bugs and kinks have been dealt with. So I will probably wait until then. But it does leave me with a dilemma with regards to the games that are going to be coming out on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Do I get that on on PlayStation 4? Because I really want to play it, or do I wait and get it on PlayStation 5? Last of Us 2 is coming out next week. That I will not be waiting on for PlayStation 5. There will be a PlayStation 5 version that I'm pretty much sure with. But wait in June until December and then beyond. No, I'm not going to wait that long for it. But as a Sony fan, PlayStation guy from PlayStation 1 all the way through to now, I am very excited for what was announced. I am very excited for what is still to be announced. Because I've got to believe Rockstar are working on something else as well. And Rocksteady, who did the main Batman Arkham games, have been very quiet. They've done nothing since Arkham Knight, so I've got to think they've been up to something. Warner Brothers Montreal, who did the criminally underrated Arkham Origins, have been working on a new Batman game. It's the worst kept secret in gaming at this point, but they haven't announced anything yet either. And part of me is wondering, were they prohibited from doing so until the Sony PlayStation 5 presentation was done? Are we now going to see a flood of these announcements, especially with the pandemic causing most of the game shows, the E3s and such like, to be put on the back burner? So the game studios haven't had these openings to reveal what they're up to. So I'm hoping over the next couple of months things start snowballing towards the release of the new consoles, because the new Xbox is obviously going to be out at the end of the year as well. All in all, it is an exciting time to be a gamer. I think we can all agree on that. So here's to holidays 2020, where the gaming evolution takes a massive leap forward. Also, continuing to take steps forward has been the Black Lives Matter movement and the continued protests, which are seeing demonstrable changes, although not as widespread and not as thorough as we would hope. There are changes being implemented. There are widespread examinations of police conduct. The defund the police movement, which is not the same as disbanding the police, and people need to understand that. The defund the police movement is gathering pace as well. The police need to be held more accountable. The police should be upholders of the law, not above the law. The police should be able to be put on a pedestal, but they're not. They are as far from that at this point in time as you could hope for. And the whole, it's only a couple of bad apples argument, which gets trotted out every time, is bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. Yes, not all cops do what we see the bad cops doing on all these videos that are coming out. Anyone who says that is ridiculous. We know not all cops do that. However, the cops that don't stand up against the cops who do, who don't hold them to task, are just as liable for this situation. The two cops that shoved the 75-year-old man to the ground, who smashed his head and was bleeding, and then they walked over him, one of them did go, or appeared to go, to help him and was pulled up by his colleague. They lied and said he tripped before the videos came out. Then the videos came out, they changed their story. Two of the cops were suspended while the investigation was going on. The rest of that team resigned. They just all en masse resigned from that task force. And then, when the two cops who were suspended left the courthouse, they were cheered. They stood on the streets, the other cops stood on the streets and cheered. And Trevor Noah, one of the talk show hosts in the US, asked a very simple but very pertinent question. What are you cheering? You're cheering abuse of an elderly man. And that is the prime example of, it's not just those bad apples. All of those police are essentially showing in public that they support police brutality or police being above the rules that they themselves are enforcing. And that cannot continue. It will not continue. And as we push forward, we all do our part. Not everyone can attend the protests. Not everyone can provide donations. But you can do something. Even if it's as simple as sharing on social media, ensuring that the words get past to as many people as possible, signing petitions, whatever you can do to help is helping. As a white man who has never experienced what is being discussed and what is being protested against, I understand why it shouldn't happen, and I understand the fear. Even if I could never experience it myself, I understand the fear that the black community have, simply because they can be and have been killed because they are black, for no other reason. I will never experience that. I will never understand what it feels like to experience that, but I can understand why that fear is there. These protests must continue. We cannot let it die off. Obviously, with anything, momentum eventually does slow down. Slowing down is one thing. It cannot stop. We can keep a steady pace, keep things going. We will achieve change. You, I, everyone combining will create change. I am confident that together we can achieve what we are trying to do. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch my video today. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, do what you can, as mentioned before, and stay safe out there.